Long story short, my mother cheated on my father 4 years ago and got pregnant. My father forgave her and raises my half-sibling as if she were their child. She looks just like my mother, so only a few members of the family knows what happened. I didn't know about what had happened either. I live with my boyfriend. It was my brothers who told me everything. I'm not close to my parents anymore. I'm not interested in being close with their daughter because I'm not going to get into my parents' drama and toxic relationship. It's their lives, period. But when all that happened, I was already 25 years old, while my siblings were still living with them. When all the infidelity was discovered, it was in the house, so they saw everything. Coming to the present, my siblings never had a good relationship with my mother again. No, some families can't afford family therapy, so it was never an option. 2 of them no longer live with our parents, and the only one left, he is 16 years old, has come to live with me and my boyfriend. None of them have any contact with my parents' daughter or my parents. The 16-year-old ignored the 3 of them when he was at home. Now I've been paying him for the psychologist. My father and mother have let my brother live with me, but they keep insisting that I should talk with my brothers and make them spend time with her. I can't force them to do something they don't want to do. But my father insists that I am the older sister and I should do something for the good of the family since my brothers listen to me. My mother went so far as to tell me that the little girl asks for us even though we have never seen her. Even my grandparents are insisting that I should talk to my siblings and convince them to spend time with her, but I don't know what to do, and all my family who knows about this, my mother's sister and grandparents, the rest of them doesn't know anything, I think, or maybe they know but they don't care, says I'm an A for not doing my duty as an older daughter. Comment 1. NTA, it's not your fault. Your mother made a mistake in her past, and your parents can't force you to mend relationships for her. You are completely in the right by saying, I can't force them to do something they don't want to do. If she wants a good relationship with her children again, that is her responsibility. The guilt tripping with the little girl is disgusting, saying she asks for you even though you've never seen her. It sounds like they need to get their shit figured out before they start telling you what to do. No burden like that should be placed on children, despite their age. Comment 2. You said it already, you can't force your brothers to do something they don't want to do. It's tough because your half-sister didn't do anything wrong and is probably just as much of a victim as the rest of you kids are, but you shouldn't do something that you know in your heart you don't want to do just because of some obligation that others have forced upon you. Your mother cheated, and this is one of the consequences of what she did. None of you owe her anything to make her life easier. NTA, my brother, 33M, and his wife, 30F, have 2 young boys, 3 and 1. My wife and I have a 5-year-old son, so over the years we have given them quite a few items that we no longer used/needed. Crib, clothes, toys, various baby items, etc. Most of the things were just taking up space in our house, and we knew they would put them to use, so we had no problem giving them away. We visited them a couple weeks ago for their 3-year-old's birthday party. During the party, Sil mentioned that she has been selling off a bunch of baby stuff as a side hustle. Both she and my brother are youngest of their families, and she said that they get so many hand-me-downs from their siblings that they couldn't keep track of them all. Her solution was to start selling these gifts off online to make a few extra bucks. She was basically bragging about it. I told her that is a pretty crappy thing to do considering that these items were given to them as gifts that they willingly accepted and were expected to use. I asked her if they had sold some of the things we have given them, and she laughed and said that she was sure she did because we've given them a lot of stuff. I told her that if I had known she was going to sell those items off, I would have given them away to someone else or donated them to a local non-profit that helps young mothers in need. She got defensive and told me that it's not like she's making a lot of money off these things, just a few bucks here and there. I told her that the people buying those items are probably the same people who would benefit from getting them for free and that she's taking advantage of them. She went off about how hard things are with the economy right now and how they need all the help they can get financially. Mind you, both she and my brother have college degrees and work full-time. I know raising kids is expensive, but they aren't in dire straits. I told her that she probably shouldn't expect us to give them anything else in the future, and I would probably suggest to my other siblings that they refrain from doing so as well and look into other options for donating things. She got defensive again and told me that she doesn't feel like she's doing anything wrong. I told her she's entitled to feel that way, but my opinion of her as a person is now lesser because of this. She said that selling things they don't use to make a few bucks doesn't make her a bad person, and I told her that considering they were given these things for free, it kind of does. By this point other people had noticed our conversation and my brother stepped in to end the conversation before things got too heated. He told me I should mind my own business and that if I don't want to give them anything else in the future, that's my choice. But that I took this too far by calling his wife a bad person for selling things they don't use. Comment 1. YTA. You gave her family some stuff. At this point the stuff was no longer yours. She can do whatever she wants with it, sell it, burn it, whatever. You get zero say. Yes, you're perfectly entitled to no longer give her hand-me-downs, i.e., your trash, that's your choice. AITA mostly because you're judging her for what she does with her family's stuff. Enlisting the rest of the family to follow your lead? Low. They get to make their own decisions. Eyes on your own work, Super Chief. Comment 2. YTA. Your brother is entirely right. If you don't approve of what she's doing, don't give them more stuff. It's a terrible idea to insult people because you disagree on the best way to handle things. Your sister-in-law has a slightly different moral compass than yours. She didn't burn down an orphanage.